Okay, well, thanks, Judy and Linda. And we're kind of on the doorstep, really, of welcoming a new cohort of schools to our Wellbeing network for 23-24. We said goodbye to another network in July, who'd done their work on the spirals, and we've got some stories that we've collected from that will be shared across the year. But a couple of things that we've been really conscious of is the current climate in our schools in Wales, and also that we're hearing our schools say, we really like the examples when you share them of the kind of story. So I'm hoping we can kind of have a think about that today. One of the first places we wanted to start really was to just get your idea about what's the ideal kind of conditions in a school for launching and maintaining a kind of energy around the spiral of inquiry.
Well, I'll start, and then Linda will chip in. I think that one of the conditions that's really important is the commitment of the formal leadership, so that the we call them principals and vice principals, or the head or deputy head teacher, has an understanding of the process and is supportive of it, and is involved. So that's that's ideal. That doesn't happen all the time, but if we're looking at ideal, it would be that the support. Then there needs to be at least 2 or 3 staff members that are keen. We never worry about whether everybody's on board. I think that rarely happens. It's going to start with a small group, and then they're just willing to get started. I also think that a good understanding of the process is really important. Some people think, well, they can just, read an article, or, but it's more complex than that. So having your help and support, because you understand the process as kind of a learning alongside the school, how important that is. Then I think it's really key that they don't see this as an add-on or as something new, but this is a way of deepening and extending the work that's already happening in the school, where they're committed to trying to do the best for their learners. And then I think that the other thing that's really, really important is that they understand that this is about listening to the young people, to the learners in the school, as a starting point, rather than starting with their own interests or desires or hunches or whatever. So I'll just start with that. So I think the leadership, the teacher involvement, getting ready to get started, understanding the process, and being committed to starting with listening.
I would add a couple of things. I think Judy's said the main things. I mean, the principal or vice principal role is a key one, and the more they understand, the better. Particularly having the head person understanding how this fits with your Welsh curriculum. They have to have enough moxie to say, where this fits is getting young people to be better thinkers, and to do that, we have to be better thinkers as a staff. And they have the ability to communicate. I think a couple of other things, though, that are wonderful. In my perfect model, there would be a meal before any discussion of the spiral that has the best food in it that people have ever had. Like if they always have pizza, this would be something else. And actually, it would be in a different setting, because I think getting out of the place where you do the bog it down admin kind of details of running a school and reporting and all of that. We've had meetings in wineries, in art galleries, in libraries, in pizza restaurants that weren't busy during the day, and so people got out of their usual setting and had a chance to think in a fresh way. And I think that's just great. I think the other thing is, cognitively, the team needs the ability to skillfully know that cramming people with information, whether it's about the spirals or about something else, does not work. And so you need to have somebody who's very, very good at getting the grain size right, at saying, we're going to have 59-minute meetings. what this is all about is using the best research in the world about what makes strong professional learning. You'll be able to use this for the rest of your career. We're going to have fun when we do it, and it's not going to take too long, and we're going to take our time, and it's going to be non-stressful to do the process, because additional stress in today's world isn't what teachers need to learn to develop adaptive expertise. So it's sort of the psychological conditions are more, let's be steady and stable, rather than, piecemeal or overwhelming people. We used to call it. I think the other thing cognitively, the person, I'm a keen Twitter person, so I follow some of your headmaster types, and they do very smart work, and they demonstrate that they're well-being oriented by showing that, they love to run or whatever, to their Twitter audiences. I think that is critically important, because you want the people who are living the process to kind of be examples of what you want the young people to be like. So, it's not all about sitting in a library and getting smarter. It's about, work in action over time, but having a nice run or a nice walk, or in some ways enjoying the nice Welsh scenery is a good thing.